It has to do with the whole hippie movement. It was a period, it was a wonderful period, like with love-ins and ashrams and all that stuff. And uh, a lot of it has to do with getting in touch with nature. Now, Japanese architecture has always been in touch with nature, and that's why it's so wonderful. Um, but the whole idea of becoming one with nature brought me to do those four pieces. Chant, which is about chanting, which I learned to do in Japan. By the way, chanting is something that I use a lot of in my voice work. Um, I had to memorize 3 or 4 chants when I was in Japan, and I was memorizing sounds, not rational words that I could understand. So it was a very interesting experience. I used to walk around with a little piece of paper on which I had written the chant, and I would memorize 3 lines a day. And by the end of 1 month, I would know the whole chant. I wrote it down phonetically. And one of my favorite ones is called the Heart Sutra. And it's the crux of Zen Buddhism, but it's also the crux of the Shinto religion. And what it says is, it says you have taste, you have smell, you have sight, you have hearing, and then it turns around and says, no, you don't. That's the crux of the thing. It gives you one thing, and then it takes it away and lets you work it out for yourself. Anyways, it gave it that kind of philosophical thinking brought me to do that piece called Chant, and then from there it moved into talk rock, where I was listening to the rock talk, and then rock talk, in which I was talking to the rock. The 4th piece in that series is called Fermentatio, and it's about transformation, and it goes back to the European philosophy of transformation, turning base metal into gold, right? So one of the images that when I was researching that, one of the images I came across was from the Middle Ages, where they would be putting things in bottles, and it would foam, and it would turn, and it would transform, and it would come out as something else. And so I put myself into the bottle, and I called it fermentatio.